Hello everybody and welcome back to more Finished Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. In the last episode, we went back to the hotel to investigate more about the murder specifically, and we find some interesting stuff. Specifically, found a hidden camera in one of the bears in Miss Corrida's room. And today, we're gonna dive into more about who might have placed that, and we can do more about this assassin as well, that we have heard talks about. So without further ado, I think it's time to dive right back into the action. So hopefully you guys have had a wonderful day so far. It is kind of interesting for me to both stream and record on this day, because I don't usually do anything on this day, as well I usually stream on the weekends and record on the weekends. Let's see, it's past 9 PM already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mr. Kumaya. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her. Don't you worry. If we can win and not get the verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. Don't. Let's see. Can we talk to Pearls at all? Yeah, we can. The real person who killed Miss Corrida was that assassin. Mr. Shell the killer, right? And the car Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one who hired the killer to begin with? Who is his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? The person didn't want to dirt their own hand in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I find that unlikely. I wonder. If she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? Yeah, that's the thing, because what we established with the assassin leaving the card and everything is to show that he is the one that killed the person. So why would she go through the effort of stabbing Mr. Corrida with a knife? Just doesn't make sense. But Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be. Matt Angard himself? If Mr. Angard really did hire the assassin, then he's not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime. But it can't be Mr. Angard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him, Mr. Angard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corrida? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone. And that includes Juan Corrida. Okay. Right, there was no Psyche-locks. I didn't see any Psyche-locks at that time. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. He said something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right, you didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Juan had bet everything on jamming Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had this, had in his hand a secret so powerful that would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Is Ranga's secret? What is this secret? I don't know yet. For now, let's think about it this way. Miss Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Rangard had plenty of motive to have Miss Corrida silenced. It could be the fact that Mr. Rangard hired the killer to kill Corrida. So when he said that he didn't kill Miss Corrida, he wasn't lying, because he personally didn't. He just asked or just hired someone else to do it. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Rangard. There's no way around it now. So I guess we just move out of here. Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it's past 9 PM already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. It's still a matter of this secret Miss Corrida held about Mr. Angard. Miss Sanders' real intentions? Those are two things I must know tonight. But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center? I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. Yeah, I mean, you have to get something, right? Oh, hi, old bag. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. I guess now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Itchy Poo, so... Oh, of course. Of course, because it came from Itchy Poo. She's gotta do it. Edgeworth. And he said... If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you. Ugh, gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. Can we... It's absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents. Yeah, they, not us. They. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know, it was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear one. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Miss Corrida. I'll let you in on another secret, young one. I know who planted that spy camera. For once in a lifetime, old bag. Please talk more. It was that obnoxious, puffy-haired photographer girl, okay. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by yourself. As if I wouldn't want to see it for myself too. Okay, never mind. Oh, the alien actually admired true intention for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet that it's nothing good. But I didn't say anything. Do you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, there was something of a refreshing pair of those two. Oh? I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I hear. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. Right. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Oh, you talk about Miss Select's impacts. Miss Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that's the one. That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know? Interesting. Married? You mean to Mr. Corrida? Really, you young kids today don't know anything, do you? The girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after the marriage announcement. 3 days after the marriage announcement? What in the... What the frick? We're gonna get married. 3, 2, 1. Our Miss Impact want to kill herself. She was going to get married. Well, that's because it was thrown away, you see, by Juan. What? But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly cancelled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was on in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. At night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, killed herself. How terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. Yeah. That seems very weird. Like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's just that big of a shock that she really did just off herself. That night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess police are done with their questioning and investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Can we even... Why did I go here even? It's sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Ongard's lawyer, right? Oh, hi, Chief. Ah, yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Ongard case? We can take in the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now? Who is his witness? I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Nick? Between the kidnapper's demand and now this. I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission. So there you go. Oh really now? This is what I enjoy more about Edgeworth than the other prosecutors we've had, is even though he is quote-unquote our opponent, he plays like surprisingly fair sometimes. It's just like, I could disclose this information for you, but that's not who I am as a person, so here you go. I've already called them so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much. Such good news, Mr. Nick. Go talk to your heart's content? Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Can we go to the... Yeah, we can. Okay. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Miss Ongard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? I think it's better to hear Ongard's first, I think. Dude, it's Mr. Wright. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corrida was killed by an assassin, and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt Ongard. What's wrong, Mr. Ongard? There's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kind of different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self. About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as a Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hand a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Have you heard that before? Could you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Wait. What do... Okay. 5 Psyche-locks. What the shit is this? What? I knew this was coming. Mr. Nick? Don't tell me Psyche-locks. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? And before that, I'm gonna... You know about Miss Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. Oh, but I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his wife. Miss Andrews. She had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. Her mentor was Miss Corrida's manager. Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impact's suicide note from him. Celeste. Does that jog any memories? Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You offer pizza? My treat. Don't try to divert the question here. Mr. Nick? What's a pizza? It's kind of pea, like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay? Ah, I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off of this topic and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Ongard. Are you connected to Mrs. Impact's suicide in some way? I wanna see though if we can, because sometimes we do actually have information for the Psyche-locks to begin with, and don't have to like dig around anywhere else. Now let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Kurita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep on I can keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita, especially on that night. So what? Do we have anything? Don't actually think so yet. Investigating. Okay. So let's go back to criminal affairs. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Miss Powers? What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. Oh no, don't tell me Powers is a witness. Is this a decisive witness that we're talking about? What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. Yep. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. When all of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest. And I was brought back. What? You're under arrest? What? For what? Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looks suspicious or something. Well, I guess I can see how you look suspicious. I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? No. So about this testimony, what are you're giving? What are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. Let me get this straight here. You have no clue why you're testifying, but the police think you saw something important. Right. You saw something important? What is it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone. And especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think is that lawyer? Ye willikers, I wonder. Going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it. Mr. Nick, Miss Maya and myself are your only two allies in this whole world. But it's alright. I mean, not technically. We have Gumshoe as well, at least. He's on our side. Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? It's going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know? Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going on. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away. You know what I mean? He'd always say, it's just a game, to justify himself. And this is the dude we're defending. What? How horrible. That's unforgivable. Ow, that's... Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me. One person who wouldn't swoon over him? His manager, you know. Miss Adrian Andrews. Okay. Why is Mr. Power suddenly looking kind of energetic? You see, I'm actually a suck for gossip. I mean, celebrities in the world have this dazzling sort of image, right? I mean, it depends on person. Dazzling sort of image? But aren't you part of that dazzle, Mr. Power? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey. So did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and the suicide? You mean Miss Impacts? We heard something about how her wedding was cancelled. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day. About that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why do you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. His power is so charged up, but his skin is practically glowing with electricity. Hey, so have you heard this? They left a suicide note. They say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. There wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. No. Something bad for Juan, that is. Something bad for Miss Corrida? Why do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man. A truly insidious man? Did she mean Miss Corrida by that? Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note. I see. Well, that's some good info, thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Wrong and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. There are still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get two of them to tell me everything. So I think if we go back to the detention center, we can talk to Miss Adrian. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour. There are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. You can't be clueless about this secret Miss Corrida had on Mr. Ongard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ongard, if you don't mind. Is it right? You still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ongard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. Okay, she's not lying about it seems at least. About Miss Celeste's impacts, I had finally put a death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I want to get a suicide note back. And to burn it. You want to burn it? But why? I didn't want to spread just like another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. Suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ongard? That's simple. Because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their jobs, so they'd figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth about Celeste's deaths. I mean, she's not wrong. Miss Andrews. Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Huh? Did you say something right now? Okay, just one. Okay, I can deal with that. It's not 5. Do you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my... something. I clicked too fast, damn it. But... I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say... revenge. Maybe we can get this one. It's just one, so... you never know. Why frame him? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ongard for the murder? I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ongard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why. What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, A woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in the past that will make her take revenge. Something or someone in her past. I mean, the only answer is Celeste, right? Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge. And that is Miss Impact's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Quan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid their suicide note was also Quan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But you hate Mr. Ongard. It would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide. Relation between... What would be the relation here? Do we have anything? Don't actually think we have what we need for this. Let's just... we can't talk to her anymore, so... We've talked with Will. Where have we been? We've been to... We haven't been to the mansion, we haven't been to our... Because we know Gumshoe is here, so... Mr. Nick, your phone! I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. Sounds kind of ominous. It's probably just your imagination. You should really pick it up, Mr. Nick. It could be important. Hello? We've got a big problem, pal. What's wrong? I'm on my way to your office right now. Okay? Hey, wait a second. Why is he coming here? It's terrible. I don't know what to say, pal. It's the end. I'm going to... Oh, I got it faster than I thought. Hey. No time to relax now, pal. I'm confused as anything here. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. Really? You actually... Wait, what? Eh? This quickly? And his bears what gave them away, pal. The bear? I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera. But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth that figured? Shh, pearls. And go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime. Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room? And there it is. Matt Angard. Huh? Matt Angard. Your client, that's who. Yeah, I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for 3,000. That's a ridiculous amount of money. That's an exact match for the price of that stuffed bear. A receipt? That's all you have? No, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Ongard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ongard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person who bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ongard himself. My side is failing me. This can't be. Okay. So what about the spy camera we found? Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing in from anywhere. For now, I guess I can give this back to you to file away into evidence. I know you don't want to give up, pal. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Corrida's room was Matt Angard. Why would Mr. Ongard do something like this? I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Miss Corrida in one of those wonder rendezvous. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Going to see him? Mr. Ongard, I mean? Yeah. I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next. I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for pearls. Matt Ongard, what in the world have you done? Right then, I think we're going to talk to Matt again. Oh, you're even popping up. We don't even have to choose. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 PM, dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? Oh, shut up. But if you really want to know, let's talk. Okay. We're gonna crack these freaking Psyche-locks open. I swear to you. That's secret. Now let's hear what this secret of yours is about. Yeah. In middle of a night, don't lie to me. Yeah, since the spy camera was in the bear, it's just logical that this is it, right? Someone used this camera to secretly film Miss Corrida's room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then send the images the camera took with this transmitter. Oh, but dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden? Well, the spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. Okay, we got one. Okay, just 4 left. Great. Eric Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Miss Corrida was... Well, Mr. Ongard? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna ask my mom, okay? He says that I can't be friends with someone like you. Go home. If you don't go away, I'm gonna call the police on you. It's not that? I thought the answer was right there in front of me. Oh, wait. The person who gave... So I just show his profile, right? Okay, yeah, nice. Mr. Ongard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Ah, but it says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? It says that the one who put the camera in his eyes was you, Mr. Ongard. If I didn't know how you work in court, I think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, it's all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Here's proof. Is it... Now this? Okay, music stop. Good. I have here 1 credit card receipt, Mr. Ongard. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to the department store all the time, okay? It's $3,800. This could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. Why the fuck would you buy a toothbrush for that amount of money? A $3,800 toothbrush. It's ivory. It's got elephant hair for bristles. What the f... Ew, elephant hair. That's what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave me an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. Okay, 2 down, 3 left. So can I ask you one thing? Yes. I'm a lawyer, right, dude? So, if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. That's more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked where you set the camera up yet. What your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know. Because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Miss Corrida's room and filmed the secret is... What would be the reason? Why would Matt put that into his room? What would have happened that night? The only thing that happened that night was that supposedly Miss Andrews was going to his room. So... would it be this? Adrian Andrews? There's a rumor going around. Miss Andrews and Miss Corrida were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Miss Corrida, you were going to reveal this as a fact, turning it into a scandal. Isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron. Huh? Oh man, Miss Lawyer, that kind of scandal, that's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Dude, look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent. But it wasn't. You didn't spy Miss Corrida because of Miss Andrews. There's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up the camera in Miss Corrida's room was... I think... Why would he... What do we have even? Let's see here. What would make sense? Look at this scrub. Hey, what's up, Andy? How you doing? What would be... Well, if we assume that Mad Dog would hire the assassin, and what he was looking at to see if he was dead, so wouldn't it be this? Music stopped. What is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shell the Killer. And I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly the Killer. That's ridiculous. Are you getting defensive now? Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? You really don't know him. Why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? That's it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. Can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mad Vanguard. I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because... yeah. This is the only one that makes sense. This is the only one that makes sense. Is you're the one who set up that camera. That means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Charlie the Killer to assassinate Miss Juan Corrida. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is... you. Matt Angard. Let me take a sip to that.
Shooting in the ass.
Thank you, Andy, for shooting me in the ass, and thank you for supporting the stream for... thank you for supporting the stream for 70 months in a row, and welcome back to the Switch Squad. You even get TTS now, because I have TTS on the sub things. So very nice, Andy. Ah, and here I was. Oh, is this a thing? The TTS thing? Yes, it is a thing now. Here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. How do I do it? Oh wait, the TTS things is on, you know, the alerts. You know, like subs and bits and stuff. That's what they're on. Mr. Ongard, you really did hire? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Oh, they just cracked everything. Okay. Gee, okay. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Angard. What the fuck happened? What's with... What are you, a James Bond villain? Well done, Mr. Wright. Bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. You really... So you are Shelley the Killer's client? You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands on this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stake the crime on me? I didn't think she had it in her. All I care about this is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? That's... You're lying! What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things. But why? Why did you hide the video camera and... A weakling soon believes the words of others. It's like that pathetic Adrian. You knew about Miss Andrews' secret? But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all assassins. What? Oh, come on, Mr. Wright. Assassins are above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. A superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And that's why... Yes, that's where the video comes in. Got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right. That video is my insurance. I also work some of us work normal shifts. I mean... Normal. Do you start... No, you start too, right, Andy? Hope you have a good day at work, though, buddy. $1:30. Oh, okay. Alright, well, have a good day at work, dude. Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm a grown-up. And I can. Good enough an answer for you, little girl. Why? Why would you kill Miss Corrida? Because I was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? It's all because of that press conference, isn't it? If Miss Corrida had been able to give it, Mr. Ongard's secret would have... Ah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? Have a good stream. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'll see you later. I had no interest in doing it, really. But bit by bit, it crept up on me. Then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. And that's how Miss Corrida ended up dead? Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on everyone. People are simply things to be used. Used and thrown away. Do we really need to get the not guilty? Put on a sweet innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. Assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone. All working their butts off for me. Matt Ongard. Ah, did I leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Corrida. You answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, right? Yeah, this is what I mean. As I said earlier, he didn't lie specifically when he said I didn't kill anyone, because he personally didn't. He just hired someone else. All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Corrida. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Ah, but too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Ah, but you can't, can you? That'd be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mystic Maya. You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his words. Or so I hear. You could end up with getting a certain friend of yours robbed out if you lose. You scoundrel. So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. One said something like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turn out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Now that I think about it, didn't he just basically admit, like, the guard is right there, so what am I supposed to do? And now, I finally found it. The stunning line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, right. What are we going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy... No! We can't do that. That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Mr. Edgeworth. Right? Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, right? It's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer. You must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who is clearly a killer? Out on guard. A man is really... Ugh! It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is that where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? I wonder you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believe my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get on guard and acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right? You get a hold of yourself. You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? That's... You're a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Francisco von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict. For a man I clearly know to be guilty. Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is a perfect win record. That's all. And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You were so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you're mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, you sealed off my path to a perfect win record. I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith in you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Oh, Mr. Nick, the transceiver! I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain acquittal tomorrow? Am I? What is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please, why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Ongard's sake? Why are you doing this for a cold-blooded killer? Right? Please don't misunderstand things. He's my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it's part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do and enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney. And to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please keep in mind you do not have as much space to maneuver with me. As of the Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. You failed to keep up your end of the bargain. Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice long nap. Ah, no! Fuck, I could have done the Darth Vader thing. Fuck, I always miss that. Now then, if you'll excuse me. If someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. I don't think we got a clue where they are. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! I don't know what to say. Edgeworth. Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission. I believe we've heard that before. Huh? Oh, that. It sounds like a cat. A cat? It can't be a cat. Can it? What is it? I think I know where Shell the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for Ongard Mansion immediately. Alright, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. Yeah. Okay, so I assume we run over to... Well, no time to lose. I think we go here first and then we can go... Yeah, here. Maya! Please answer us. Mr. Maya! I have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assume he's still in the area. Can't believe it. That butler. All this time he was the killer. He and Ongard was working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. I think... Well, the only thing that wasn't here before is this fucking bear. Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there's a lot of cuts in it for some reason. Bear. Is that more of a thing for Miss Corrida? How would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed there. I'm sure that's for Shu. Do you think that this came through that little door? This door is locked. I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Oh, well, we recognize this. Ah, there's no one here. Fuck. When it looks at this room, I would say this is On-Guard's private lounge. Look at this, Wright. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's any tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No. But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. Okay, so what the fuck do I do now? Can we move? Oh! We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now, we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be our pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close. I can tell. We've already set up some checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. There's a thing in here though that... Obviously we as Phoenix Wright haven't seen this room. But we as the player looking in. This wasn't here. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love, Celeste. Miss Impax? You mean... Yeah, Mr. Kurida's former manager. Why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. On-Guard's mansion? What do I say with love? This might be a clue. Ah, what's wrong, Pearls? Please let me see that picture frame. Huh? What's so special about the frame? On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya! He's left us a message. What? I thought you'd come. I know you would. Now listen up. You better get the On-Guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. So much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're here too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gonna watch out for that helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. Guess I'll talk to you later. Well, that's kind of a grim note. There we go. It's like my... Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth? Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. What is that? Oh yeah, that's Psyche-lock. It's Andrew's Psyche-lock. We just find out what secret she's holding. And I think I'd stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. Oh, we just get here immediately. Oh, that's convenient. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your Psyche-lock. Psyche-lock? I want to know. And you will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Oh, we will. We will. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. On-Guard for the murder? Think she's a killer, you said revenge, yes, yes. This we've seen before. Something or someone in their past. Celeste. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. That is Miss Impact's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ongard, it will mean to have some sort of relation to Miss Impact's and suicide. I think that picture is pretty... This is a photo of Miss Impact's, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. It's Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? Oh, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found it as Mr. Ongard's mansion. After all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Woo! Psyche-lock broken. Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Quan. Yeah, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Miss Krita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yeah, because of Matt. But because of Mr. Ongard? What do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste. She was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why Little Love Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? Wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. It's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. Scanner would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Quan. She seemed really happy with him. Even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan was such a good match that they weren't even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was a revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called off the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened. But why did Miss Krita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of this worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcements and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impacts. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. In that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and she would never again be hurt by Matt. She chose to die. Then when Juan discovered the body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge? What's that word again? Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it, because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. Quite a pair of hideous monsters, are there? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it's only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another, after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But couldn't find the suicide note. And that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yeah, so I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Les was killed by those two monsters. When I stabbed Juan's body with a knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. That's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I am a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyways. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation. Or what I know now. And that's... Oh, and that's the ending of that. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Yes, we will save. And I guess, yeah. So, that is gonna be the end for this episode. And in the next episode we're going to trial. And I honestly don't know what to do. If on one hand we have to get him a not guilty to get Maya back. But if we get that not guilty, he actually walks free after all the horrible things he's done. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. In the next episode, we're gonna go to trial and just see how this whole play plays out. So with that being said, thank you guys very much for joining me in this episode. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, I highly suggest you to do so to know whenever I post a new video, either in this series or future ones. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next episode. So have a good one, everybody. Stay safe. I'll see you guys then.